Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First off, thank you so much for all the love on the last video. It's so crazy. I understood that y'all literally just want to listen to me sit and yap, and I'm pretty good at that, so I've decided to make this a whole series. And like mental health and self-help, all of these topics are like so vast. You can like really get into them and do so much research, and you can talk about them so much. I decided to make this an entire series. Well, first off, please go down in the comment section below and give me suggestions. What do you want to listen to me yap about specifically? Because I can like search topics all day, but I really want to, like I really want to create content that you people want. So please tell me, what do you want to listen to me yap about? But anyway, today the topic I've chosen is how to be more productive and how to get out of burnout and laziness and all of that stuff. Well, actually, since the last video, I am actually in a much better place right now. Somehow, like, everything around me is starting to make sense. Everything is starting to fall into place, and that's amazing. And well, that's why I've chosen today to film this. Okay, so before we get into how to be more productive and like how to actually get out of burnout and stuff like that, let's talk about what can cause all of this. But before we get into anything, I want to preface this by saying that I'm not related to psychology in any way. I'm not a mental health professional. I'm talking out of experience, and I'm talking out of whatever research I've like done on Google, and I'm talking basically from my experience. These might be different for you, and some of these might not work for you. So I just want to preface this by saying that this video is just meant to help you. Like, it's just something I want to share because I think it'll be helpful. Okay, so let's get into it, shall we? Right. So what can cause unproductivity or like burnout or anything like that? Well, first off, obviously, as humans, all of us tend to be lazy sometimes. Like, we don't want to work, we don't want to get out of bed, we don't want to do anything, basically. And like, that's fine to a degree. But when it gets to a point where, you're not able to do like anything, where, you feel so unmotivated, so uninspired that, doing like even getting out of bed seems like a difficult task. That is when you're kind of, going through burnout, or like you might be going through a depressive episode, or something might be wrong in your life. Like, there are a lot of things this might cause. Like, some of the symptoms may be like depression. You might be going through like a bad breakup or anything. When it comes to breakups, like, they suck. Like, breakups suck so much. I don't want to be like, I hate to be talking about breakups and heartbreak and everything so early on in the video, but like, let's talk about it, because breakups affect your life so much. It's not only your mental health that is getting affected, it's your physical health. Like, you do not find the motivation to do anything. You do not have the inspiration to like go out anywhere. You don't want to talk to your friends. You don't want to do anything fun. Like, breakups suck a lot. And like, once you're going through a breakup and it's starting to affect your physical health, it will obviously leave you in this pit of darkness where you would not want to do anything. Obviously, there are all kinds of breakups. There are breakups when things are mutually done and like it's healthy, where it doesn't affect you as much. But like, majority of the breakups I've seen are very dark and like very scary, very dangerous almost. And well, low self-esteem, this also could be a thing that's causing you to be unproductive and stuff. Because like, once you feel like you're not doing anything right, you're not doing enough, you're not spending enough time on something, you're not giving enough efforts into something, once you've got into that mindset of, oh my god, I'm not doing anything right, you will find it so hard to get inspired to start doing something again. Does that make sense? Like, once you get into this mindset of, oh my god, like, I could have done better on that exam, I could have done better on that essay, like, I'll never be able to do this. Like, once you get into that thought process, that mindset, it becomes a cycle. Like, you'll almost never be able to do anything ever again. And well, along with this, depression. Let's actually like dive into depression for a little while. Depression can be in many forms. Like you might be at any stage of depression. You might be at any, like suffering from any mental health issue. First off, mental health issues and mental health disorders are very, very different. If you do feel like your mental health is like getting really, really bad, please get diagnosed. You might have a mental health disorder, and that's fine. That's totally fine. That should really be done by like a medical professional. So we're not gonna really dive into that because, well, I don't have experience in that area. Coming to mental health issues, depression is a really big issue, but it doesn't mean that you are a bad person or you are a burden or you're, broken, or it's not like that. Like, yes, like depression happens, and like a lot of us like suffer through depression. And well, I don't want to get into the whole mindset these people have of, oh, a lot of these people in this generation just throw around the word depression. I don't want to get into that because that's really controversial. That's for another day. But depression can actually impact every single thing in your life. Like, it can get to a point where even getting out of your bed and brushing your teeth might seem difficult. And on such days, it's important to remember that the days end. Like, every day comes to an end, even when it's the worst of worst days and it feels like, life is not worth living anymore. Even that day comes to an end. Every single day on this planet Earth has an end. The next day will come. So it's important to remember that if you feel like this day, it will only last for a while. And I know you might be looking at me being like, babe, I've been in depression for years now. Like, it really doesn't get better. Well, there are ways to get better, right? There are ways. So it will end. Don't worry. Please do not let your depression rule your life. That's what I'm trying to say, Yeah. And also, a lot of the times, unproductivity and like burnout starts from a sense of like overwhelming. Like, for example, you might be like, oh my god, I have so many tasks to do, I don't even feel like doing anything. I have like so many things to do, I have like all of this to do. I don't even know what to do. Like, I'm so confused, I'm so anxious, I'm like so unmotivated, I'm so uninspired, I don't even want to do any of those stuff. So that might trigger unproductivity as well. Yeah, so I mean, according to whatever I've researched and I've experienced, these are some of the things I think can trigger like unproductivity and a sense of burnout. Well, let's actually get into burnout for a while, because well, I have a best friend who went through a really, really, really bad burnout for like a couple years. He's a med student, and the burnout with him was like he didn't even want to study anymore. And I observed that a lot of med students go through a similar burnout where like they get so exhausted with whatever is going on in their school or in their college. They're like, oh my god, I don't even want to do anything anymore. Like, I don't have the energy to do anything anymore. Like, I'm so, unmotivated. Like, I have no motivation left. I have like no purpose in life left anymore. It gets to a point where, like they don't even want to talk to even their parents anymore because they're so exhausted from everything that's happening around them. And well, this burnout can last for a day, 2 days, a week, multiple weeks, multiple months, multiple years. So we never really know how bad a burnout can be. And if you are going through burnout, just know that I'm here for you. I see you. I know it's hard, but I know you're gonna be able to make it one day. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, so I guess that really sums it all up. Now, I wanna give you some tips and some like pieces of advice that I know which can help you become more productive and like which can help you get out of a burnout, First off, it's so important to remember that the space you work in is very, very important for your productivity. It might seem so trivial and like so like what the fuck is he even talking about? But let me tell you something. Once you get your space around you to be clean and to be motivational and like inspiring, it can help you a lot. Now, what can you do for this? First off, start by organizing your workspace. Like, arrange everything. Everything doesn't need to be like picture perfect, but organize everything according to what you feel comfortable working in. Like, for example, if you like plants around you, place a couple plants. If you like, things being colorful, like place a couple posters. If you, have like a pop star or a celebrity that you really admire, have a couple posters of them around you. I swear to God, that will actually inspire you so fucking much. Like, you don't even know how much. Because, like a couple weeks ago, I was going through, I guess it was last month actually. Yeah, in the last month, I was going through a very, very dark phase, and I had no clue what I was doing with my life. Like, literally, it was bad. It was really bad. And it was starting to show in my academics. It was starting to show in the way I was behaving with my parents. It was starting to show in the ways that I was behaving with my friends. It was not fun for me. It was not fun for anyone around me. So I really wanted to get out of it. So I went to my best friend and I was like, this is what's happening. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Like, what should I do? And she suggested me something. She was like, try organizing your workspace. Try, changing the things around you that might help you get into a better mindset. And it did. It helped. I sat and, organized my workspace, and like, I took out the trash. And along with the trash, I feel like all of the negative energy from that area just got plucked away, and like it got thrown. And now I feel so much better now. I mean, I still do have a little laziness because like I don't really want to do my college assignments, but like I'm in a space where at least I'm able to think a lot clearly, and I am able to like find a lot more inspiration because the space around me is clean and organized. So start by organizing your workspace. It'll be very, very helpful. Now, this might be something that you might hear and be like, okay, it's kind of silly. Like, how does that work? But focus on one task at a time. Like, for example, while I am filming this, I wanted to film this today because I love this shirt and I look good in it, and I wanted to like get filming done today. And I actually have like a couple college assignments to do, so I thought that I would film this and then I would sit and write my assignments. So right now I'm only focusing on filming and I'm not thinking of my college assignments. That is something for a later time. Like, I will assign a time to it. So what you need to do also is assign a time for your tasks and only focus on the tasks that you are doing at that particular point of time. Like, if I'm sitting here filming and I'm thinking of something else, this video will turn out to be a disaster, and we don't want that. So I have to focus on the task that I have at hand right now. Please do that. I know multitasking sounds fun. I know like it might seem like, I can do this at the same time. But we don't want that. You want like perfect results for whatever you're doing. So focus on the task that you have at hand right now. Right. So next, I want to talk about this for a while. Distractions. Now, obviously, with social media coming into play, we have so many distractions around us. Like, we have so much. Like, I'm not even gonna start. Like, we have multiple shows on Netflix that we want to watch. We have like all these reels that we want to watch. Like, distractions can be so many things. I don't want to sound like an old person right now, but try removing distractions around you when you work. Like, for example, if you're doing an assignment and if you're like, using your devices for it, try closing all other tabs. Like, try to only use the tabs that you actually have to use, and try to remove all other tabs so that, your mind doesn't keep thinking, oh, I want to, switch to this, I want to watch this, or I want to talk to this person, So try removing distractions like that. And if you don't have to use your phone, try keeping your phone at like in like another room, so that you won't feel the need to like get up, go out and like get your phone and keep scrolling. Like, so that might help as well. So try removing the distractions around you, and it will definitely help you improve your productivity. Another thing that I want to talk about is setting goals and setting up a reward system for yourself. Right. So obviously, we all have a lot of goals that we need to, accomplish. But like when you're working, if you have like an assignment to write, I'm gonna like talk about this in like a sense of an assignment, because I feel like that's like very relatable for a lot of people. Like when you have to do an assignment, do like set this in your mind. Like you have to write 10 pages, then you can take a break. You have to like write like 2 chapters, then you can take a break. While you're studying, for example, set up a reward system for yourself, being like, oh, if I can finish 2 chapters before this time, I can watch 10 minutes of my phone. I can like scroll on my phone for 10 minutes. If I could finish like 20 pages of this assignment before lunch, I will have lunch and I will take a break for an hour. So you can set up a reward system like that for yourself, and you can set up realistic goals. Like if you want to finish like 10 chapters in like 10 hours, and then do all of that, that is not feasible for your body, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy. Right now, it's not healthy in the long run. It will affect you very badly. So please don't do that. Set up realistic goals and set up a reward system for yourself, so that you feel a sense of satisfaction when you finish that task. Now, this is very important. Work on yourself. Now, it might sound like, how does working on myself relate to productivity? But once you work on yourself, you become the most confident version of yourself. Like once you've worked on your self-image issues, your body image issues, I know all of these things take a lot of time to get through. Sometimes they even take like decades to get through. And that's fine. That's fine. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's mind works in different ways. Everybody has different issues. Everybody has different kinds of trauma they have to heal from. So it will take a lot of time. But take that time, invest it into yourself, and get better. Once you start getting better, your work style starts getting better, you will become more productive, and you will be able to get out of that burnout. Even if it's a phase, you will be able to get out of it. So please start working on yourself. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm so broken, I'm a mess, that's why I have to work on myself. It doesn't have to be like that. As humans, all of us can work on getting better. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I had this amount of trauma, that's why I need to get better. I have this amount of issues, that's why I need to get better. No, as humans, we can all strive to be better, because nobody's perfect. Nobody has it all together. So we can all start working on ourselves, and essentially it will make our relationship to work a lot better. Now, this is a tip that I've personally used a lot, and it has helped me become a lot more productive. Figure out when you want to work throughout the day. Like, for example, are you more productive during the morning? Do you feel more inspired during the morning, or do you feel more inspired in the night and motivated and for me, for instance, once it hits 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon, that is when I'm like, oh, now I want to work. That is my time. So that is when I get this rush of motivation. It's like a rush of adrenaline in my body. That's when I'm like, oh, now I want to work. So that's the time for me. Now that time might be different for you. It might be night, it might be evening, it might be morning. Figure out when you want to work, and once you figure that out, you'll obviously be a lot more motivated to work in that particular time. So figure out that time for yourself. Now this might work for you, might not work for you. Start reading. And I'm not the person to say oh, go read self-help books, go read knowledge, go read this, go read that. No, because I don't do that myself at all. I don't depend on self-help books or anything like that at all. Read anything, any form of literature that you want to read. I personally love reading romance novels a lot, so I tend to do that a lot. So start reading. Once you start reading, your mind will be able to focus your attention into one space, and through that your work style will also become similar. You'll be able to focus your mind in one space for a longer period of time, and you can get a lot more work done quicker and faster. So that's some logic, and that's something that has definitely changed my work style a lot. Once I started reading, I was able to focus my mind a lot more in in something for a longer period of time. So that's something that definitely helped me, and it will help you as well. So try reading. Yeah, so I guess those were some, pretty useful tips for becoming more productive. I just want to end this video by saying that burnout can be a phase, it can also last for a longer period of time. But that doesn't mean that you'll never get out of it. You will. And I know that if you put your mind to it, you will also be able to become a lot more productive. So I believe in you and I trust in you and I see you for you and I believe in you, okay? You can get out of this. You can be more productive and you can get that work done. And I guess that's it. Please suggest me, what do you want to listen to me talk about? I hope this video was helpful. I hope this video was of help to you. I hope I made some sense at least. I hope this video will be useful to at least some people. Yeah, I guess I'll end the video here then. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Please like the video, share it with whoever you think it might help, and please subscribe to the channel. Bye. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.